Hello students, this week we are going to learn about the placenta. The objective are, at the end of the chapter, you should be able to describe embryogenesis of placenta, to know the placental functions, identify the placental positions and describe their clinical importance. You should know the placental pathologies, their sonographic appearance and clinical significance, and you should also be able to recognize placental abruption on ultrasound. The placenta is an organ that connects the developing fetus to the uterine wall. So after fertilization, uh, the zygote is divided repeatedly and forms the morula, which is a solid mass of cells. And when the morula changes into the blastocyst, uh, there occurs two components. One is the inner cell mass, which forms the embryo, and the other is the outer cell mass, uh, which forms the placenta, that is called trophoblast. This lining is the trophoblast, and blastocyst, so because it is having a cavity, so blastocyst, this is the blastocyst cavity. So the blastocyst, when it anchors into the uterine lining, you can see that this is the inner cell mass, future embryo, and then is the future placenta. This trophoblast, it is going to anchor into the uterine lining or endometrium. In this image, you can see that this is the blastocysts anchoring into the uterine wall. This is the endometrium, and this is going to anchor into the lining of the uterine cavity. And this is the inner mass, which is going to develop into embryo, and this is the outer mass, which is the trophoblast. And there are changes of the trophoblast. It is going to change this trophoblast into the cytotrophoblast, which is a unicellular mononuclear cells, and then syncytiotrophoblasts, which are the multinucleated cells when this blastocyst is anchoring into the uterine wall. In this image, you can see that the chorionic villi on the chorionic villi has two components. And the chorionic villi gradually atrophy and disappear around the gestational sac. That is the chorionic levy. While the chorionic villi in the decidua bizalis increase rapidly in size and complexity. So this is they are making the placenta. They are forming the placenta. This is a detailed picture of fetal chorion. You can see that fetal chorion is the fusion of the trophoblast and extra embryonic mesenchyme. So this is the fetal chorion, and this one is the extra embryonic mesoderm or mesenchyme. So the fetal chorion, they have two types of cells, trophoblastic cells. In the center, or the inner cells or inner layer are the mononuclear cells. Those are called cytotrophoblasts. And while the outer layer of this villi is having these syncytio, they are the multinucleated cells and called syncytiotrophoblasts. And this one, they are anchoring in the uterine wall, and these are the uterine vessels and uterine glands, and this is the uterine wall. This is the gross anatomy, showing the gross anatomy of placenta. Placental major functioning unit is chorionic villus. So this is the chorionic villi. These are the chorionic villus. So they're primary and then become the secondary when they branch. Within the chorionic villus are the intervillus. These are the intervillus spaces, and maternal blood enters in the intervillus spaces. So this is the place where when the exchange of nutrient and oxygen and waste products takes place. The maternal surface of the placenta lies contiguous with the decidua bizalis. This is the decidua bizalis. It means it is the uterine wall. Decidua bizalis, and this portion of the chorion or the maternal surface of the placenta is called the basal plate. This is the basal plate. And the fetal surface of the placenta is the chorionic plate. This is the chorionic plate. This is a picture of placenta, and you can see the fetal chorion is formed by the chorionic plate and the basal plate. So this is the basal plate of this placenta, and on the other side is the chorionic plate, which is smooth one is the chorionic plate. So the maternal surface of the placenta or the basal plate shows it's divided into cotyledons. Cotyledons shows the appearance of cobblestones, and they're composed of several main stem villi and branches. So when the villi they are branched, they are also called they called secondary villi, primary villi, chorionic villi, and the secondary chorionic villi. So these are the villi, and they are branching, and they multiple main stem villi, they together form cotyledons, and then they are covered by this maternal surface is covered by a thin layer of decidua bizalis. So this is the gross picture of placenta.